This is the One Episode Rule, a podcast about first impressions. I am Magpie, financially destroyed by the Steam Autumn Sale,
That's how they get you.
a yearly occurrence. At least I managed to not buy any anime trash like Danganronpa, which is on sale right now.
Mm-hmm.
Be right back. I'm buying something real quick.
Unrelated.
Yep.
But I haven't played the fucking first two games.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, how are you guys?
Ichi.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm Blackle, by the way. If this is your first episode of the One Episode Rule, welcome.
Yeah, cool place to start.
Yeah, who knows?
They are
Who
on
knows?
sale.
I'm Blackle. I was sick kind of today and yesterday with, I think the flu.
Oh, no.
I'm feeling better this evening, a lot better, so.
Yeah, it's going around. My mom's got a respiratory infection.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's where I am.
I'm sorry to hear it, and I hope you feel better soon.
Thanks.
I'm Joey. I have spent this week, I haven't been really watching anything, but I've been doing a lot of reading. That is about to change because, and I believe I am licensed to talk about this now. Come November 28th, I will be watching the Kaiji dub, which is a hilarious thing for this anime that has been out for this long, that they are just now releasing.
The last news I saw about Kaiji, whenever I clicked on the bottom of that article you sent me, came out in 2011.
I know. Yeah, Kaiji been around for a while.
Let's make an English dub now, I guess.
I mean, I think people started talking about it again when Squid Game came out, because there's obvious comparisons, but Kaiji's better. Anyhow, that's all.
From what I've heard, Kaiji is actually better than
Kaiji's
Squid Game.
Better.
Do you guys want some news?
Hey, I didn't introduce myself. What the fuck?
You should do that.
Hi, I'm Louis. I'm currently contemplating buying all 3 Danganronpa games on Steam because of Magpie.
It's a pretty good deal if you want some trash.
It's 3 games for $25. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
It's a pretty sweet deal.
There's the shame, but also the savings.
Oh, I'm all about the Danganronpa. It's fucking listen. If you, as long as you separate yourself from it, it's not that bad.
You have to put yourself into the sunken place.
Yeah.
My introduction to that series was through an LP of the console spin-off game Ultra Despair Girls, which I would describe as lightly disgusting.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anime, I haven't really done anything. Speaking of Kaiji, though, I guess not Kaiji, but actually we didn't watch Geats, so I can't even talk about that.
No, we sure
shit.
didn't. You've been playing Pokemon. Pokemon
I've
came
been
out.
playing a ton of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yep.
We've all seen the good and bad portions of Pokemon.
I am in the firm camp of game most fun I've had in a Pokemon game, but also it has its shit it needs to figure out.
I've seen a lot of frankly hilarious glitches. I've seen some things that give me extreme pause, i.e. the motorcycle Pokemon walking around instead of using their wheels. And have some issues with the graphics, but that's with all of the modern 3D Pokemon games. I think they look a little bland. But on the other hand, there's Mousehold.
Mousehold.
I'm actually not familiar with this Pokemon yet.
It's just many mice that are together, and they scream in unison.
That's amazing.
When I encounter this, I'll have to let you know.
You know, you could just be making this up on the spot, and I would
just
believe you.
It'd be complete bullshit.
Mew 3 finally exists, guys.
You have to crawl
let's
under the truck to find it. Let's talk about
just
news.
talk about let's talk about video games the rest of the
For
podcast.
the rest of the podcast, I bought some video games. I bought Dusk, which is a boomer shooter. I bought a game I don't understand called Sable.
I thought you were going to say Somerville for a second. Oh, actually, never mind.
I bought something else I can't even remember. That's financially responsible of me.
Yep, I'm sure it'll be fine. How about some anime news?
Yeah, let's get on our. We're gonna call this a mini crime beat is what we're gonna do, because we're gonna start with news everybody's probably heard, but we're gonna move on from that. So let's see. A number of people in Japan. Wow, this extends farther than I thought. Have been arrested on insider trading charges.
Oh yeah, I did hear
related
about
to
that.
Dragon Quest.
Wait, I didn't hear about that. It's Dragon Quest? Hold
related
on.
to Dragon Quest, which this actually makes sense because Dragon Quest is such a cultural force in Japan that they set aside a day of the week to release Dragon Quest games. They're not released on the same day everything else is.
Wow.
And it's like every 2 years. So yeah, amongst those, the one you've probably heard of is Needlemaus creator Yuji Naka,
Mm-hmm.
creator of the Go Fast, but a bunch of Square Enix employees got collared as well.
He got yoinked.
This is when you need to insert a gif of Sonic like wagging his finger.
Mm-hmm.
That's no good.
You're too slow. To stay out of prison. Oh, okay. So here's the deal. Apparently, a new studio called Aiming was announced as a developer for a new Dragon Quest game, and some employees apparently traded on that knowledge before it was publicly announced, which is kind of illegal.
Yeah.
Let's see. And our second news item of the day that let's see. The Aichi Prefecture Police Department has issued a statement. They are warning the public that a man is wanted for accosting multiple boys and girls on their way home from his car, just yelling, "Do you know about Chainsaw Man?"
Oh my god.
Oh, it would be Chainsaw Man, wouldn't it? Oh.
Apparently, he just keeps yelling at them until they're out of eyesight.
Gee.
To be fair, I have gotten a lot of people to watch Chainsaw Man that don't normally watch anime.
That's how you do it.
Coming at us with a bat. Hey, have you heard about Chainsaw Man?
Yeah, this is actually about me. This one.
Yeah, you were the guy. I'm glad they let you out of prison.
Yeah, I told them I had a podcast I had to record, and they're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, we
that's pretty
understand."
nice.
Oh, that's the thing is this guy is on the loose.
Oh. Oh, so they didn't release you, huh? You broke out?
Well, now
He
spills the water and runs.
gotta go.
So yeah, that's the news. I briefly considered hitting y'all with the Russian roulette again.
Oh, God.
But
wait, didn't Joey have a thing?
No. Magpie had a thing.
Magpie had a thing, but
no,
I decided.
Never mind. It's
I decided there was something that was more relevant to us in our exploration of bizarre anime subgenres, which is we need to continue investigating the demon/alien girlfriend genre.
Oh boy! All right.
With the 2022
I was going.
the 2022 version of Urusei Yatsura.
What?
Oh hell yeah!
Huh.
So let's hit it.
All right.
So I've shown them all the BBC's dub of the original Lum the Invader Girl, as it was called.
which I had seen before.
An absolutely fucking insane video.
Yes.
They should bring back British anime dubbing. It's the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
It's very funny.
It's like it's just like this and Devilman.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Devilman skews English too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit. Oh man.
We can let the British have one other thing.
Extreme comedy dubs.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, who wants this blurb?
I will read it.
Blackle has posted a horrific image in general chat.
This is just
we're
a
not gonna
screenshot from the
talk
intro.
about it. Is it a screenshot from the...
It's a screenshot from the intro.
Well, I hate that. When aliens known as the Oni threaten to invade the Earth, they promise to leave under one condition. A randomly chosen human must win a one-on-one game of tag against Lum, the beautiful daughter of the Oni leader. The quote-unquote lucky person selected happens to be the lustful and unlucky high schooler Ataru Moribushi. Given 10 days to attempt to grab Lum's horns, Ataru realizes how impossible the challenge he is faced with, as he is faced with Lum's extraterrestrial powers.
So yeah, that's it. I didn't post the rest of the blurb because literally
It's a lot. It's the whole thing.
it's the whole plot, and then we won't have anything to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Blackle, I don't think they know. I don't think they know.
Why would they draw?
Because
why would they draw her in a
Japanese.
jar? Why would they draw her in a jar? Is what I want to know. Why would they do that? Why did they draw her in a jar and then feature it in the intro? Why did that happen?
You have to stop.
What is the rationale? I need to know.
Sometimes
They had to have known, right? They had to have.
They just do weird things in anime intros.
I guarantee you they didn't know.
They had to have. They had to have known.
Didn't know.
They had to have known. They had to have known. They had to have known.
No, it's a Zelda reference. They keep fucking fairies in bottles. Shut up.
Blackle executed. Anyhow, let's have a rundown, perhaps.
Destroyed. So yeah, this is the remake of Urusei Yatsura from like 35 years ago.
Yep.
It aired in the 80s, and it aired everywhere almost because it aired in fucking like Europe, and it aired in Britain and Italy. I don't know if it aired in the States, but it aired in like a lot of weird places you wouldn't expect, like Brazil and shit.
Yeah. I mean, hence why we have the British dub, right?
So it's literally everywhere.
Yeah.
Blackle won't stop being a terrorist in the general chat. So yeah, it's that, and the basic plot of Urusei Yatsura is this: it's that a species of invaders. I don't know if they used to be called the Oni, but they have little horns and they dress seemingly exclusively in like the fucking hides of Electrobuzzes.
Yes.
Or tigers. But
I think it's supposed to be reminiscent of a tiger, but
just really bright yellow
like
in a lot of these screenshots.
Pelt sort of look.
And yeah, they're aliens. They show up in their big alien ship that's also striped. Looks like a zeppelin, and they're just like, all right, time to fucking invade the shit out of this planet. And we cut away from them to a lot of places, just a bunch of places, but chiefly Japan, somewhere in the outskirts of, I think, Tokyo.
Yeah.
You know, just in the burbs. And we zoom in on a pair of teenagers working through a relationship spat. Because here's the deal: is that we will only be talking about 3 characters by name because they're the only 3 characters who matter.
Yep.
And 2 of them are here, and one of them is Shinobu, and the other is Ataru. and they are a couple nominally. The issue is that Ataru is a stupid piece of shit.
Yes.
Who appears to genuinely love Shinobu, but also is a stupid piece of shit.
He's so horny. He can't.
He is extremely horny. He cannot deal with how horny he is. So in the middle of reassuring her that his heart belongs only to her, he can't even complete the sentence without turning his head on a full 90-degree angle to watch a jogger go by.
Yeah.
So he gets slapped, and Shinobu leaves. And while he's leaning up against the side of the bridge that they were talking on, a monk that was shown earlier, a tiny little goblin man named Cherry. You know what? I know Cherry's name. We'll use it, but if I forget it, it doesn't matter.
Sakuranbo.
Sakurambu, but Cherry. Runs up and tackles him and say, "No, you've got so much to live for," and manages to push him off the bridge.
He wasn't even gonna jump off the bridge.
Into the freezing cold river, which isn't that far below even.
Yeah.
So even if he did jump, he wasn't going to die. So their next scene is him trying to warm up by drinking a vending machine coffee. While the monk apologizes to him, and it's just like, "I'm sorry, you've got an unfortunate face."
His facial to him having an unfortunate face because
he just wraps him up in his own like robe like a mummy.
Yeah.
But he explains that it's just like your facial features are extremely inauspicious. It's not that you're ugly; it's that I read bad luck all over every part of your entire body.
Which turns out to be correct. Apparently.
Which turns out to be true. Because while they're walking back, Shinobu and Ataru's mom turn up out of nowhere and go, hey, we've been looking all over for you. And he's just like, why? Here he is. And then the government shows up and 100 dudes in black suits shove him into a car. And he's just like, why? And then they usher him into his own house to a meeting with a 7-foot-tall alien man who he believes to be an actual Oni and attempts to dispel with like salt.
I thought that was go pieces.
Or go pieces? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was little.
He's throwing
orbs.
some shit. He's throwing some shit at them.
They looked bigger than salt, so.
And he has to be apprised of the situation that these people have, in addition to being expansionist space warlords, are actually pretty polite about it. So it's their custom to challenge the people of a planet they're invading to a contest. And if the nominee from the planet wins the contest, they go away. And they choose randomly with a computer. And they've chosen Ataru.
Yeah.
A Japanese high school boy. He's just like, well, I can't do that. I'll die if I fight one of you. It's just like, no, we're not going to fight. You're just going to play tag. It's just like, okay, I guess. At that point, a lightning bolt strikes outside, revealing that his opponent will be the beautiful space girl, Lum. Her name's Lum.
Lum.
This is Lum. So yeah, he's just like, oh shit, that's hot. That's some space strange right there.
Yeah, he says, "Ooh, I could grab those horns, but first I'm gonna have to grab those titties."
I'm gonna have to grab them titties. Was
like,
the implication?
Shut up.
And like, I get it, space girl. You know, I like her hair, but anyway.
Yeah, it's good. We'll talk about all that.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just like, oh, okay, yeah, I can catch her and tag. Yeah, we'll do this. And it's the Lum's dad, as his name is now, Lum's dad. Goes on to explain
Oni Supreme.
Oni Supreme, Oni Fucker Supreme.
All right.
Goes on to explain that there will be 10 days of this contest where Ataru can attempt to win the game of tag by grabbing hold of both of Lum's horns, which is two little nubby horns. He's just like, fuck yeah, I could do that. I could do that. Welcome to Earth.
Punches.
So yeah, that's where the story goes. They like set up in like a local like soccer stadium for this.
It's very funny.
He's
There's
decided,
like announcers and everything.
There's announcers and shit. There's a whole bunch of aliens on the other sides of the stands. They've given him just like a track and field uniform for this. Which, like, what do you wear to this? Lum shows up wearing her Lum outfit.
It's like a bikini.
It just appears to be her preferred clothes.
It's the only thing she has seen in.
She's seen in many things in the intro and outro, but
I mean, within the episode, I mean.
But for now, she wears a striped two-piece and some like socks, boots that match.
Yeah, I don't know.
They set out to start and they blow the whistle, and Ataru sets down in a nice runner stance and gives it his best attempt at quote unquote explosive power to catch her. And he gets pretty close, and then she floats up into the air because it was not revealed that Lum can just fly.
Yeah, she can fly. And he's like, you didn't tell me you could fly. And she says, you should have done your research.
It's just like, maybe you should have fucking asked, stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the issue. And this is where we weirdly enough have to start giving credit to Ataru. Yes. Because boy is dumb and horny, but he's no quitter.
He's going for it. He's
got
like,
no quit in him.
We get like a montage of them just like chasing through the streets, and he's got like a rope to try and lasso her. And...
Yeah, he tries to lasso her. One time she's sleeping on top of a building. One time she's just eating a parfait.
Yeah,
somewhere, and he just can't find her.
It's pretty funny.
It's a good little sequence.
They do like a little cut in with the frames. It's very like old school anime.
Anyway, so yeah, several days go by like that. He simply cannot seem to catch her until the very end, and the day before the last day, when everybody's starting to lose hope because they're like, "Oh shit, I guess we better get ready to welcome our alien overlords." I don't know how we're gonna do this. Some of them are hot. Maybe
we can make this work.
I don't know. Just put on your Sunday best. But yeah, that's the kind of vibe, and they're just like, and everybody's giving him shit about it too, which I think is.
Yeah, everyone's like, you're so lazy.
They're just like, you're so lazy. It's just like, I chased her all day. I'm fucking exhausted.
She can fly, man.
She can fucking fly. And yeah, so it's the night before the final day, and he's going absolutely ape shit because of it. Yeah. Because he has finally just passed the point of the madness, and he's just clawing up the walls.
He like grabs the blanket in his teeth and
he just whips it around like a dog does with its favorite plush.
Yes.
And his friends are there, and they're just like, "Hey, buddy, are you Okay. Including Shinobu, who just out with it and says, "If you win tomorrow, I will marry."
He's like crying. He's like, really?
No, he doesn't believe her at first, which is like
Mhm.
refreshing for an anime. He's just
Yeah.
like, "You're just trying to manipulate me," and she's just like, "Shut up, you jackass! I'm being truthful." So yeah, he's just like, all right, we're gonna get married.
He gets a definite boost of energy from
It
this.
it gives him the power, which gives him points on like the acceptability for a protagonist.
Yeah.
Because you have to appreciate the power of love.
Uh-huh.
That's the power of love.
Dun.
So the next day, they start off, and the announcers mention that, hey, what's his last name even?
Oh gosh.
Moriboshi's full of more energy than usual, and Love's starting to flag after 10 days of this. And he's just gone fully feral, and he's he's just jumping after, and he's like, "I'm married. I'm gonna get married." Married.
She's like,
Yeah.
why do you keep saying that?
It's like, what the fuck are you on about? And he finally manages to jump up and grab her by the ankle. When she reveals she's still an alien. She has many biological capabilities, including the ability to produce shitloads of electricity.
Yeah.
And she's just like, why don't you enjoy that, you freak, and walks off for a while. But the thing is that the man gets up.
The crowd goes wild.
The crowd goes apeshit. The man gets up and seizes her bra.
Yeah. Her titties come out.
Her titties come out. Not for us, but
for everyone else, apparently.
But they are hidden. She's like, oh my god! She just covers herself. She's like, and she shocks the shit out of him again, and he flies away, but he still has it.
Yep.
Is the thing. He got it by accident, but he came away with it in his hand. So she has to come to him.
And that's when he uses his chance.
That's when that's whenever he uses the chance to execute like a weird ninja maneuver.
Like a frog hop.
Yeah, he just slides under and then frog hops over and manages to grab her horns. So,
yep, so he wins.
So he wins. So the Earth is saved, right? And they're on the winners podium. They erected a winners podium for this,
which is very
funny. Optimistic. And Lum is there too, and he's just like, "Yeah, I'm a fucking big fucking hero. I'm gonna get married. Yeah, I'm a big hero, and I'm gonna get married, and I'm on TV, and I'm gonna get married." And Shinobu's coming through the crowd, and so Lum finally turns around and says, "Fine, I accept."
Oops.
Yeah, of course that was it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because she likes him now, because she's impressed with his fucking boneheadedness and resistance to electricity.
Yeah.
So yeah, she decides that they're going to get married, and the press immediately, just like, oh, you're going to get married.
And Shinobu's not impressed.
Shinobu doesn't like it.
She leaves.
She leaves.
He's like, this isn't what I wanted.
It's like this isn't what I wanted at all. It's almost like this is the return, the main beat of the story that will be returned to many times. So yeah, the rest of the episode is basically that. Aru keeps trying to call Shinobu. Lum won't leave him alone. Keeps accusing him of cheating and shocking the shit out of him. His parents hate him. Well, his dad loves him, but his mom is just like, "Why are you such a fucking idiot?
Was never born.
I wish you were never born, you little shit. You're making me look ridiculous to the neighborhood."
Yeah, no, we'll talk about that too because it's very funny.
So yeah, that he finally gets her to leave because he's like, fuck off. It makes her cry, which, oh, come on, man.
Aw.
But then, she is like a alien psychopath, is the issue. And then begins an arc that I didn't really watch through the original Urusei Yatsura, but I didn't realize the kind of like Greek god shit Lum was on. Because she does not take it well.
Like literally summon like storms and lightning.
Yeah,
she
goes up to her spaceship, and every time he tries to call Shinobu, she just intrudes on the signal. And she's just like, come away from the phone, honey.
Yeah, he said you suck.
He said you suck and your holes are ruined.
Gee.
It's like, fuck, Lum, you just can't say that to people. Since your whole ass is busted.
But Shinobu's not buying it. She's like, "Oh, I don't believe you." Well, she does it first, but he's like, "Believe in me."
Yeah, the second time around, he's just like, "Just ignore this bitch, please." Because that's the power of their love, and it's just like, and they're just like, "Fuck!" And Lum gets even more pissed off. She's up in her fucking UFO, and she's just like, "All right, fine, I'll just turn the jamming all the way up and scream into your ears." Making conversation impossible. And they're like, fine, we'll just go meet in person. And she's like, no, you fucking won't. and begins to summon storms.
Disappears a helicopter somehow.
She's turning into Zeus. And yeah, there's a point where the local government figures out that the disturbance between the UFO, Adaru and Shinobu's house phone lines is causing fucking helicopters to disappear like it's the goddamn Bermuda Triangle.
Making fucking black holes and shit somehow.
Yeah, it's causing a localized black hole. And of course they blame him for this.
May those pilots rest in peace.
R.I.P. You guys are fucking dead. Show's heavy on the comedy, light on the remembrance of local helicopter pilots. Fuck, there goes fucking Takahashi for Channel 6 News. Gone.
Oh, no.
Gone but not forgotten.
So anyway, yeah, they just decide to brave it and go out because he's gonna see his girlfriend. God damn it.
Yeah.
His father gives him a raincoat.
Oh, it's rubber. It's supposed
It's just
to
like,
be.
take it. It's rubber. It won't conduct electricity. I love you, son. You are a strong man.
Yeah.
And I believe in the power of your love. The dad is a great character.
Yeah, I love him.
Complete shrinking violet in front of his wife.
Yeah. Sakaranbo also tags along.
Oh yeah. And he manages to push him under a collapsing telephone pole.
Yeah. He's fine.
He lives. Yeah, and they go to meet each other. Lump blows out all the fucking power for the town. And they finally find each other and embrace. And just be like, oh, I love you. And no, she's not going to take that. She's just going to crash her fucking UFO into
Yep.
And in the final scenes, with the dust thrown up by the wreckage, they're looking for each other. And Adaru finds a girl's head, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're safe." And then the smoke clears, and it's Lum. And
it's Lum.
And she just latches on him. She's like, "I knew you cared."
And Shinobu sees him, and she's like, "Oh, you were both setting me up. Oh, humph.
You were setting me up you were playing me for a fool."
Mm-hmm.
And then
that's.
Doesn't she hit them with the fucking light
Yeah,
pole?
she hits them with the light pole, which is very funny.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yep.
Really standard comedy shit. A little dated because, well, I mean, it's from the 80s, but
I mean, like, this humor plays out as if it's a fanfic writer on fanfiction.net in 2007. Like, that's what the actions between these characters feel like half the time.
And those fanfic writers were inspired by Urusei
this,
Yatsura.
yes.
Mhm.
So it's true to form.
Yeah.
So other things to say. This show looks great.
Yes,
It just
stylistically, very good.
I love the
I
way they
really
animated her hair. Her
it's
hair looks
it's
so
really
cool.
nice.
It's like
Her-
this beautiful teal color.
It's this
but, like,
beautiful like teal jelly.
yes. It's like really neat shading.
Occasionally turns into angry orange marmalade, but
Well, it depends on the lighting of the scene.
Mhm.
and how pissed off she is.
Yes, that too.
Let's see. The intro was super fucking cool with
Yeah.
the manga style panels in the background, and then
Very
everything else it did.
Yes.
I wasn't sure about the Space Invaders reference because I've seen too many anime OPs with pixel art in them. I'm getting bored of it. But
Yeah, but they didn't do it for very long.
well, they brought it. They like brought it in because as that thing goes on, it goes from being haha pretty cool OP to like, oh, this is like a Hieronymus Bosch painting of the collapse of Outer's mind because he can't get away from love. Literally, like everybody around him's faces turn into lum.
Yes, he's in a city of lums at
And
one
he's
point.
in a city of lums, and then it goes back to Space Invaders, and the screen is just full of little
Yes, and they
pixelated
just
lums,
squish him.
and they just crush him to the
It's
bottom of the
very
screen.
funny.
Mhm.
The other thing I wanted to say about the style is they kept it like very similar to the original art style, which I thought was very fun.
But it's like it's nice and smooth,
Yes.
and not prone to some of the frankly hideous smear frames from the original.
Yes, no, they really cleaned it up, but it's like stylistically, it's the same.
And you know why they managed to do that so good? Because it was produced by Davidol Productions.
Whoa.
The JoJo's Bizarre Adventure people.
I was kind of suspicious because
There's some stylistic similarities. They do a lot of like weird like background gradient wipes and
yes,
shit.
the gradient stuff with the little dots. This
A lot
is
of
really cool.
the colors aren't like as aggressive in this. They're a lot more pastel, but the stylistic like flair is still there.
It's there.
Nice. So yeah,
I like the. We didn't talk about the scene with where his family was reacting to. It was like right after. It was like right before his last day of the chase.
mm-hmm.
And, his family isn't stressing out about the Earth potentially being invaded. They're stressing out about our neighbors are going to be so
our neighbors won't respect us.
and
Yeah.
Our son is going to be a loser forever, and it's so funny.
Oh yeah, and they're just like, it's just like, what could have caused this bad luck? And he's just like, oh, well, he was born on Friday the 13th, on
And
the
it was the
unluckiest day of the
public day of the
Buddhist
year.
calendar.
And a black cat walked across the room, and then and an earthquake happened while. It's like, gee.
Ah, the cursed child.
Stop it.
So yeah, I've talked a lot. Like, Black Louie, what do you think of the show?
I didn't like it. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm kind of with Black Law on this.
can you
I mean,
elaborate on your point?
I just it's very I understand that it's like a codifier for a lot of what it does, but like it's been so played out.
I
Yeah, if you don't-
understand the history of it. Like I understand how like big this is and like the history of anime, but like I just it's like Louis said, it's a codifier, but it's a codifier for a bunch of things that I don't personally like anyway.
Yeah.
So,
For
Yeah.
things that you don't like.
I mean,
Yeah.
like for quote unquote historical value, I guess like it's cool to that it's getting attention again, but hopefully people can like look at it and like see that's I don't know.
I think it
I
works
thought-
on its own merits. It's just if you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah,
I thought it was well animated. I just like the
Mhm.
concept of watching more of this fills me with dread. Like it just it's really boring to me. I
The-
found
the
it
main-
boring.
Let me just put it this way. I was glad that they were split into 15-minute episodes.
Oh,
Pardon
What?
me?
because
Did
they
I
weren't.
or did I? Oh, I must have watched it faster than I should have. I recently installed a speed multiplier on
There,
my.
there was like
What?
a title card in the middle. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that.
I
Okay.
got you.
What was it? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just an eye catch.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Um,
okay. I misspoke. Sorry.
I
Right.
was very
I
confused for a
I
moment.
freaked everyone out for a second.
Yeah,
I
I had to jump up to 1.75. I can't go to 2 times on subtitled stuff because I can't read that fast.
Hmm.
But like I had to jump up to 1.75 because I was just really bored and I just had to get through it.
I don't.
Yeah, understandable.
It still baffles me, especially for like anime, where the whole point is to watch the animation.
Yeah.
No, but you're also there for like the okay, the animation wasn't so good that I could just sit there and like drool over it. It wasn't like it
Well,
wasn't like some
I'm
five
like I'm
centimeters
saying
per
I
second
wouldn't
shit.
like I'm saying I wouldn't do that for anything.
Well,
But
well, I
agree.
felt like my brain was melting out of my ears, so I had to take drastic action.
I do. It does. It's not all for me. I'm not usually a gag romance guy.
Yeah.
I got enough of
Hmm.
that trying to watch through the series Gamers, which is kind of terrible. Um, that's a series. The series defined entirely by the "why the fuck don't you people just talk to each other"
Yeah, exactly.
situation. So it's of similar lineage.
Mm-hmm.
What was I saying?
It's
Oh,
not
but
entirely for you.
it does have some things I like. Lum is a charming character design and has been for 40 years.
Yes.
Like she preceded fucking Asuka and Ray and whatever her fucking name was from Gundam Seed that everybody was obsessed with,
Mm-hmm.
and Bulma, and she's contemporary with the fucking DBZ girls. So
Yes.
um and secondly, I love the codification of stupid asshole protagonist who is constantly punished.
Yes. But who like you can almost like this character too.
Yeah, that's the thing, is he has some redeeming qualities, unlike say the guy from Rent a Girlfriend, who is scum that I want to smear across pavement.
uh
I want to paint the hallway with this motherfucker.
um yeah, let's
I'm
see.
sorry, I made myself angry.
I understand.
You're allowed.
What was I going to say? This this isn't usually my genre of choice, but like I said, it gives me the same kind of juice in my brain as when I would read fanfic on fanfic.net in 2007, and there is something in that for me. So I could potentially see myself watching more of this. I don't know if I would especially go out of my way to, but
Right.
There is something in that for many people. In fact,
yeah.
I am not necessarily immune to it.
Yeah, like I said, I could see myself consuming more of this. But
And
again,
uh,
I
and
don't
this is
know.
one of the least annoying versions of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because it
like
only gets worse from here, y'all.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, like to me, like a good enough amount of the comedy is hitting for me that like yeah, I don't like it doesn't drive me crazy. Um but I can see how it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, for sure.
And also the reason that it hits better than many of those others is because it's by fucking Rumiko Takahashi, who is the definer of the genre.
Wait, she did this? I
Yes.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is one of her like first ones. She ran from fucking like 1978 to 1987.
She's done a lot of content.
Yeah, this bitch
Good for
works.
her. Good for her. Um
She's been out there making horror OVAs.
yes, for if y'all remember the Laughing Target anime that we
Um,
watched.
So anyway, you can use this as a predictor too, because if you don't like this, you won't like Inuyasha, and you won't like Ranma 1/2.
Yeah.
You won't like that other thing she did that I forgot.
I feel like I'm less of a trans woman if I don't like Ranma 1/2.
Hey, that's for you to decide.
That's for me to figure out. Yeah.
It's up to you.
Well,
Getting dysphoria,
anyway.
but it's just about not liking Ranma 1/2.
I like Inuyasha, so I don't know.
I liked the first 25 episodes of Inuyasha, but after that point, my brain started going, "What the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing here? Why isn't anything progressing? Why is nothing happening?"
It's supposed to be a slow burn. Come on.
It's supposed to go. I literally thought it was going to be endless because I didn't know how shows like that worked. And the only example I had was DBZ, which was functionally endless.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Inuyasha's pretty long. It's like, what, 100? At least 100 episodes.
I think it goes on for like 100 episodes, which is a lot for me. But
it's pretty chunky.
I simply don't have the the weeaboo stamina to endure
I'm the
such
kind
a
of person that has the exact kind of stamina for these shows, but I have to be in the mood, you know?
But I prefer my anime cooked down and into a nice concentrate before I inject it. The fuck was that?
Don't worry about it. We'll cut it in post.
Yeah, sure we will. Anyway, if you've ever heard us say something you'd wish we'd cut in post, you can tell us about that at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
That is the word, not the number.
I was fidgeting with a toy, okay?
And hey, you can catch us by the horns on twitter.com while it still exists. We are at oneepisodecast.
Don't touch my horns unless you're willing to commit.
You know, it's gonna be weird if this podcast outlived 2 websites.
It'll be weird.
We've killed Rabbit. We're gonna kill Twitter next.
It'll become a graveyard.
Y'all should hop on Hive and take over Hive and kill it.
That's true. We should kill Hive.
Yeah.
I barely even know what Hive is.
It's like a combination of Twitter and Instagram, but
it seems simplified.
Only a mobile app.
Yeah, I don't like
and
that
the Android app is kind of
handle
buggy
that.
at the moment.
I'm gonna fucking date this podcast with this conversation. I heard Hive was fucked up because people could just register with the identical username.
Oh, I've heard
That
that
apparently
too.
was a hack, which is very funny.
Okay, and then we got a representative here from Mastodon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
What are you doing to promote the brand?
I'm not gonna force you all to use Mastodon. I'm aware that it's nerd shit.
I don't know how to use Mastodon.
I had a Mastodon and it got obliterated somehow and I don't understand. But
Every time I see somebody talking about Mastodon, it's about how they got thrown out because they had wrong chili opinions.
oh.
Yeah, it's like it's like email before the days of Yahoo, where you have to get on the good side of your email provider. Yeah, it's certainly a type of thing.
It's from the outside, it sounds like the worst aspects of Tumblr and Reddit combined.
It's not that bad. It's especially since that I run my own instance, so the only person I answer to is myself.
Yeah, you could be the person that throws me out.
Yeah, exactly.
For having problematic opinions about girls in jars.
It's only me on the instance too, though. So it's I'm kind of adrift in this universe of people posting, and there's all this drama, but I'm sort of in my own lane. You know what I mean?
Blackle, if we get kicked off of if Twitter gets eliminated, can we come crash on your instance couch?
You know what? If shit really, really hits the fan, then yes, I'll run an instance for no fee.
Excellent.
Okay. Thank you.
Did y'all see that? Actually, we could keep going. with this
Yeah,
conversation.
we really need to wrap this up anyway.
I mean,
Remember when I accidentally turned on my Kamen Rider toy and it was audible on my mic?
anyhow, bye
excellent.
everyone.
You're in the same club as Emma now with the goddamn Megatron.
Oh boy. Well,
Credit
at
goes
least
to
I'm in
Twitch.
good company.
Anyway, good night, y'all.